I'm Scott.
I'm Chris, and this is Nugget Garage.
And this was a pain in the ass to get out. Hey guys, welcome back to Nugget Garage. Today we're going to be putting the cylinder head back on Chris's van in prep for the race with the Skid Factory, Barra Bedford. So I suppose the correct thing to do here would be to have the block decked, but this is Nugget Garage, so we're just going to scrape it off and Chris is going to give it some prep style love.
So if we clean this all up, we can put like another 5 pound of boost in, because it's clean.
I'll put all the boost in if you want, mate.
Sweet.
You can clean up the mess.
He doesn't like boost.
Yeah, if everything was clean or freshly machined, we probably wouldn't use any copper sealant, but over the years I've used it on this sort of application where we've just sort of roughly cleaned up stuff with a blade. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I've always done it. Makes me feel better about it. So, give it a spray. Alright, so the block's all prep sold. Unfortunately, when we install the cylinder head, it's going to be a little bit of a nightmare because this manifold doesn't want to come apart. One of the bolts is stuck and I can't really get to it. So we're going to have to sort of feed the head in sideways and then drop it on. It is what it is. Now find you some studs. 8, 10, 12.
They're all there?
13.
Is it 13? We can pull the ones out of that too, Joe.
Yeah, someone's
Yep. My turn to give you a head.
This is my turn next.
Alright, so I've pinched the ARP head studs out of my spare 2J for another project. They're exactly the same as the 1J head studs anyway, so they'll go straight into this motor. We'll just put a bit of lube on the threads and bang them in there.
We'll grab a screwdriver or something to get these washers to sit. Jesus. 7-cross screwdriver. I don't want to get too close.
You want a more reasonable sized one?
No, that's alright, I'm used to it now. You say one of the threads felt weird?
Yeah, just that one there. The stud didn't want to drop me on the hole. I'm not sure why. This one here. Oh, it's right now. Just needed a bit of. Just needed some love. Oh, duggers. Thought they were meant to be hand tight. Or is that a myth?
Depends who you are. No ball bearings.
Ooh.
Let's edit that bit out.
Hey? What was that?
Start that one by hand.
It's only dodgy if it doesn't work, right? Oh, upside down, Miss Jane. You want to align that with your dugger? This could take all day. No, I'm going nowhere, that's why. Will help.
Turn the camera off and do it.
Just turn it. Hang on a minute. Wait.
Last time this head was installed, it was clamped down with 105 feet-pounds of torque, or 142 newton meters. After putting this much pressure on aluminium, it deforms the hole opening, which makes it a little difficult to get the studs in. A scratch with a deburrer would fix the problem, but a gentle persuasion was needed to get the stubborn ones in.
We're going to pause for a small technical break.
I'm just going to get my nuts out.
What's the difference and why do they switch to studs instead of using bolts? I know that it's a better quality steel with ARP, but
Yeah,
why
the
does...
the factory head bolts are also torque to yield, one use only. So they'll go 30 foot-pounds and then they'll go 90 degrees and 90 degrees,
Okay,
or whatever it is.
so these ones can be used multiple times over and over again.
Within reason, and then the material obviously has a way more resistance to stretch.
Okay.
Alright, so we're going to use a bit of oil on the threads instead of the ARP lube. And there is a different torque setting for oil, slightly more, but will work just the same. Probably need some more oil in that, it's almost out. Make sure you use the correct weight oil, Scott. Custom brew. Is that in the drain pan?
So when you put a set of camshafts in that, well, the standard cams are non-interference, so you know if you lose a timing belt, it doesn't really matter where the cam is, the pistons can never hit the valves. With this profile, you can actually get into a situation where the valves will hit the pistons, so you just got to make sure you back the engine off top dead center a bit, get all the pistons down from the top before you put the camshafts in. You also got to make sure with the heavier valve spring that you sort of tighten it down evenly, otherwise you can snap camshafts in half. So I usually start in the middle, sort of work out and just sort of do everything evenly. You can see one cap will loosen off and when the other one gets tight, so you just end up doing that one up a bit more. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Because I've got colourful cam views, do I need a clear timing cover so people know I'm hectic?
You never need a clear timing cover.
But how will people know I'm hectic? Cams are back in, the head's bolted down. We've got the cam gears on, timing belts back on, finally. It was a bit of a mission. Now we're just going to do the hot side and the cold side, get them back on together. Hopefully we'll even see it run today. Pretty much the motor back together. Be good to hear it with some big cams in it. Everything's on. We've just got to double check fluid levels and kick it in the guts and see if it makes noise. You can throttle, eh? Yeah. Good. Yeah, it runs, it's rough, it's angry, we love it. That's it for us today. We've got it running, I'm really happy with how it is. Next episode, we're going to put it on the dyno, see how much power we can get out of this thing, and give it a good run. Be sure to subscribe, like, And don't forget to put a comment down the bottom. I knew you were going to say me.
Ready?
The noise, mate, noise. Oh, jeez. Are you done? Can you just stick with the camera, mate? Wow.